We're moving into mid-August. I talked about the cucumbers last week. Now's the time when the gardens are really in total full swing. And I did this a couple of years ago, not the food, not the recipe, but the theme. You know, we like to have little themes on this show. We have gadgets and gear. We do quick tips. But one of the things I did a couple of years ago, and it's time again.
Things I wait for every.
That's right, things I wait for, and it just showed up. The first ripe tomato of 2024. It's Goldie. I've shown you guys Goldie before. That is a ripe tomato. It's yellow. This green tinge is normal. Doesn't mean it's unripe. This is so soft and juicy. You'll see when we cut into it. And it does get a little funk. There's an old farmer's adage. The uglier the tomato, the better the flavor. And this is an ugly beauty. I can't wait to cut into it. And there's only one thing traditionally to do with the very first tomato in my book, and it's the simplest thing in the entire universe, the tomato sandwich. 2 slices of white bread, a little bit of mayonnaise, salt, pepper, tomato. That's it. Come on over to the marble and let's get this thing prepped up. I'll show you what I'm doing. Come on, let's do it.
Come on, let's do it.
This is it. This is about the simplest episode ever. Goldie, Hellman's mayo, salt, a little black pepper, and this is the only bread for a tomato sandwich, in my opinion. This is the King Arthur sandwich, classic sandwich bread recipe. It's just about done rising, so I'm going to preheat the oven. That'll allow that rise to finish. I'll bake this beauty off, and then we'll have a look at it and put our sandwich together. Okay, the timer went off. Let's pull this out, see how this sandwich bread is. By the way, I was editing the first couple of clips. Now I've got my thermometer here. We want to go 190 in the center. Let's see where we're at. I think I need to replace this thing. I lost the glass on it, but it still reads. Now, by the way, I was editing this clip, the first couple of clips, and I noticed I'm using a new lapel mic. You might have noticed it. I was using a shotgun previously, but moving around the kitchen, I was behind it. The volume went up and down, and I did notice while I was editing that there was a little scratchiness. I don't know if it was rubbing against my necklace or what. So bear with me. Always trying to improve the sound and the video quality. It's a long learning curve for me. All right, we're looking pretty good here. We do want it to cool a little. Let's get it out of here now. I'm at about 180. We want 190, but just like with your steak or anything, this thing will continue to cook. It's got internal heat. There we go. Beautiful, nice and soft. It's a sandwich bread. Now that needs to cool. I'll be back in just a few. Well, let's take a look at Goldie while that cools a little, because it's getting late here and I need to get to sleep. It's a weeknight. Let's have a look at Goldie here. I'll zoom in a little. And one thing I learned from studying my veggie, I told you I've been looking up a crop a week or so, is that the whole myth of vine-ripe tomatoes, you don't want to wait for them to get too ripe on the vine. That's when they crack and you get pests getting on them. Basically, when this is 40% blush, like this will go all yellow. That was a little bit of not the most accurate information when I said the green is normal. Goldie does have a little green tinge, but that will go yellow. But when the tomato is 40% ripe, quality control, it's one of my favorite tomatoes. The yellow means low acid. But anyway, when there's about 30% to 40% blush, in this case yellow, but like on a brandy wine or a big boy, the Salmon's not, and red tomato. When 30 to 40% of it is red, you pull it. It will continue to ripen off the vine. You can see I pulled these. These will get nice dark red. But I pulled them because look what's happening, a little split, right? So rather than leave them on the vine, I'll let them ripen on the counter. If that's too bothersome, I'll cut it away. All right, let's get a little salt on these. You know, this bread should fully cool, but I'm going in. I can't wait any longer. Let's get it down here. Take a little of the end off. Oh, you know what? Quality control. Got a little fresh homemade butter here out of the freezer. Look, it's like whipped butter. I'm putting a link. This bread is a must try. It's just, this is what Wonder Bread was pretending to be. Real white sandwich bread. Again, this should be cooled to finish inside, but I'm cheating. I just can't wait. All right, let's do this thing. Little Hellmann's. Go with a little on each side. Ooh, that's a thick slice of bread. I think I'm going to need one more slice of tomato. Goldie. Get that mayo nice and even to the ends of the bread. Let's get Goldie on there. Oh no, that's a nice fit. I'll go with one more thin slice. Because that is a thick slice of our sandwich bread right there. Salt. I did salt them at first to pull a little of the water out, little juice. And let's close her up. I don't even remember how I cut that bread. That ought to work. Let's cut it in half. Oh, look at that cross section. Let me get closer. Look at that sandwich. Fresh baked sandwich bread. Ripe Goldie. Hellmann's mayo, salt and pepper. You don't need anything else. Oh man. Summertime. The show was a little discombobulated, a little disoriented because I didn't plan this show. It's Tuesday. I got home from work. I mowed. I had that Goldie. I saw it. It was ripe. I wanted to get it off the vine because of those cracks. And I had to celebrate the first Goldie of the year. So I was like, I wasn't planning on doing a show, shooting tonight. I was going to do it a little closer to the weekend. But there you go. One of the greatest sandwiches of all time. Ripe beefsteak tomato on white bread, mayo, salt, and pepper. You can never go wrong. And now that they're coming in, I don't keep bacon in this house, but I think I'm going to have to get a nice nitrate-free slab bacon and some iceberg lettuce. I just planted more lettuce, but they won't be up for a couple weeks because we're in the heat of the summer. But BLT next on the agenda. We'll see you for the next episode.
Come on.